This is Just an Amazon on Thursday, May 31st, 2018, with a look at the pre-market on Amazon. And something I wanted to sketch in during the video that my eyes were kind of catching just looking at the chart and ready for the video. Kind of seeing something like this, where yesterday really looks like just a really good consolidation. There you go, look at that. So if I put these points on each other for the highs during the day, close to here, 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 and then a breakout, and then take that same point, or about that point, get some lows, 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 barely a touch. We're gonna kind of skip that one and come back into during the open hours. It doesn't work so well if it's drawn here, but you're still pretty close to some of these. So putting it back over here, actually I was shocked at the actual value that I got. Oops, man, didn't mean to move that. A couple 15-minute or a couple 5-minute candles, 15 minutes into the day. Anyway, this is even more reason to say we are going to move. Amazon's going to move. It's just chopping around, looking like it's going to open around the same value that it was breaking out from yesterday. So all of this to say we should move from this area today, Thursday. Could break down, could pull back, could retest. Looked like this moving up, needed a retest, come back down to here, and then go bullish. But that is the setup on the day, and we've got our levels in place, our lines. I just took out the triangle. We got some highs here yesterday, and looking like we've got some sort of resistance there today, pre-market around 1626, 1625, somewhere in there. It could be a nice level for it to have some resistance, but ultimately looking for a breakout like it actually did on the day yesterday. It actually broke out with these candles, making new highs on the day very late in the day. So stepping to the 5-minute, which now you've already seen, just a nice candle that actually looked like it had some selling initially, people trying to take some profits, just like they've done the last couple days, right near the open, to have some selling, but it didn't happen today. Actually just buying. Nice open candle, and then the next one moving much higher, much quicker. The next level we got is around 1638 during the regular market hours. I think it was even higher pre-market from earnings. I don't have that line drawn in. That's probably one that would be a good place to draw something in on that pre-market day because of the level it got up to. But anyway, we've got a quick move up, about $10 move, a little more than $10 move from the low here, which is similar to the low here and similar to the lows through here. Somebody could have been buying down to this level, looking for a move up to here and gotten out, and that would have been a nice little trade on that 5-minute, or held on a little more for even larger move, even larger profit bullish on that. The next candle comes in and has a little bit of selling, comes down. At some point, this was a very bearish looking candle, nearly taking out the open candle, but still holding that low. We don't really want to see these lows taken out here because that's now established a pretty good base level around 1621.50, somewhere in here. So it's a nice level. It was similar to the level. We had some resistance, 1620, some resistance yesterday, turned into support. And then obviously we have 1618 down here, so, or 1617. Inside candle, and then a nice break bullish. So again, another place to set this up is getting in bullish above the candle with a stop down below it. You're already up an R to take that trade. Now we have a squeeze forming and a little bit of pause, a little bit of chop, but it's forming some consolidation here. It's just going sideways. Still having the very bullish momentum from what happened yesterday's move, and then looking similar this morning, looking similar to yesterday morning, where it kind of consolidated here at on a key level. So for today, there's not really a key level up here. We're just kind of staying above this area. So we did come down and actually close on this candle and this candle inside of the price from yesterday. I mean, this one, mostly this one, it closed below. This one is closing right about the same as these, or this bullish candle. But you know, we're not getting any pushing of the bulls down into this level, taking out some of the lows from putting in a lower low from yesterday on the 5 minute. We're just making higher highs on the 5 minute. So it's continuing to look bullish. Nice stair step going sideways here. This is a nice candle for buying. It's got a very small body. It's got a wick that's 2 to 3 times, probably around 3 times the size of the body, and holding a good level here. That's, you know, that low is 1625.50, and that's above where we had put in some resistance during the earlier part of the day yesterday. Indecision candle right here could break either way. We want it to break bullish, so you could get in with a trade moving above at like 1629 by probably, I mean, maybe 1625, so $4 risk, maybe a little tighter, or let it go bullish a couple candles and then move your stop up here to lock in some of that. And it doesn't break bullish, actually breaks bearish, breaks down, taking out the low. And we know some people were going bearish here because the volume increased and the candle actually got much larger. Taking out some of these lows, this is the first time we've actually closed down into this range from yesterday during the open market. And it's actually kind of a really good place to buy because we were looking for a bounce in this area. It went up. This could be an S curve. It could be coming down right here. People are going to load up bearish, thinking it's coming back down to 1617 to take some profits. And it'd be great if we have a really small candle for people to just trade a small candle, or you're getting in right here because this is the level that you're looking for a place to buy. Anybody who's buying at the open could be buying right here again. And very few people because there is a very small lower wick. So nice small candle here. Not quite an indecision candle, but a small candle nonetheless that says, okay, this is a good place to have a reversal. I want to see that continue to go bullish, and it does. So we're going to rally out of that price. Again, a great place to buy. Earlier today, 2 opportunities to buy down here. Here's the third now, and it's just a retest of this price area that we had drawn with the triangles. I probably shouldn't have deleted that so quickly. Should have left that on there. So moves up, hits a little bit of resistance here, and starts to roll back down. We still have our squeeze, haven't triggered that even to the downside, so that's nice that that's still forming. We got some low volume here, and it's just chopping around. This was about 20-25 minutes of sideways in action, and then it's starting to break out bullish. So hopefully you're already in down here. If you're not, you could have gotten in above this candle. If you still didn't do that, get in on this S curve. There's a small one pulling back into 1626 area, and the stop down at 1624 or 1622, something like that. You're up probably an R or a little more if you bought in any of these lows in here, or more than that if you bought down there. So here's a nice pause because you're contending with these highs, but you're going to want to go bullish. We don't have a squeeze firing, but we've got a little bit more bullish momentum, even on a bearish candle like this. And this could be a candle that then traps a bunch of people who are shorting here, and it'll just rip higher and take out the high of the day. That's what we really want to do. And if you're in down here, you've moved your stop up to 1626 or even a little bit higher to not let it slip that much. So this candle actually gapped down and then rallied and got bought up. And the low, 1628.63, and the open are the same price on this candle. Very bullish, flat bottom. It's got some conviction. It's actually taken out the high in the day with this candle and trapped anybody here. Very bullish picture that we're looking at here. And we did have a little bit of a retest here. It'd be nice if it had a little bit more of a retest, but take some profits here if you're in. Squeeze still didn't fire, and it's just going to keep moving. So the little flag came out 1635, high of the day. Yeah, that turns out to be the high of the day. But nice candle with a little bit of selling up here. Great place to take profits, some or all. You've got, you got 15 minutes, 3 5-minute candles, rallying, going higher. And didn't see this kind of a move with 3 candles like this since, I'm trying to find something, maybe here, something like this. Definitely here 2 days ago, but nothing really yesterday where you had a move of $6-7 in that span. So if anybody sees it, point one out. Maybe here. What was the low here? Low is 16.13 and the high is 16.18. That's only $5. So a nice move bullish from down here to up here. In 15 minutes, I mean, the open today and 2 candles made it even further than that. Made about $10 in 10 minutes. So, but later in the day, this is really bullish to see it rally that fast, that much of a move. Maybe in here, this kind of rally from a low. It's definitely a rally, definitely going bullish. The squeeze is triggered, and it decides to pause up here and continues to slightly pulling back a little bit more, and then okay. So this to me looks like much more of a flag. So rally, retest. This could also be part of that S curve, and we want to see that rally up into the high in the day. And it starts to, and then continues sideways. We got a squeeze forming again. This one's looking a little more bearish, and we end up actually taking out this low here. So this would be a great place for a stop to get in bullish, or a great place to buy here. Maybe you got stopped out here if you had been trailing your stop, or maybe stopped out here if you were trailing your stop up here. This starts to look like another kind of a double retest back to this same level. But definitely some selling coming in. We are not necessarily at all-time highs. We're a stone's throw away from all-time highs. But it does continue to sell a little bit more. There's a really small indecision candle right here at a key level, pulling back down into some previous lows, and has a bullish engulfing the next candle, and then continues higher on the wick, then continues higher. And this could have been a great place to buy, going bullish with a trigger above and a stop below, and you're up an R. Or you could see this as a double top, and this is the neckline retest of right here. So we're still in the bullish mindset, and wouldn't have been stopped out yet, but hopefully getting in bullish here, you were about break even here, then it started to rally again. So maybe you're looking to get out at this high, continue that bullish trade, or it does end up rallying a little bit more. And I'm fast forwarding through the day, but that's the end of the day. So it just kind of chopped around. Came back a little further than I expected here. It paused here, then it looked like it was going, and then it pulled back even more to this level. What's really interesting, just like I drew in the chart earlier, we actually have something similar. Let's just snap. There you go. Draw again. We have something similar forming today like we had yesterday. Just some more consolidation here. So lower, and then dare try and connect it to this. It's interesting. So just another view on the consolidation sort of work that Amazon is going through right now. So here's the high-ish and the highs here. No breakout yet, but that's much longer trend line to be holding at this point. And some good consolidation on the day here. This would have been the trade to get into bullish that you could have had you been looking for a retest into the lows at the open. So let's say you were looking for that and you got in, because that should be a good profitable bullish trade with calls. You're getting in down here. Let's say maybe you got in at the kind of the pivot point here of 1623.50, a stop below the low of 1621. Let's see, I'm just trying to post some round numbers. Let's go with 1624 by 1621. And we'll see what we end up getting on this candle. So switch over to call. You can see at, let's see, is it this candle? 950 or 945. On the 945, 950 candles, could have bought at 9 and stopped down at 8 and taken that up to 16 and change. Even the high of the day, previous high of the day, even 15. So buying at 9 is with a $1 or $100 stop, and then going up to 15. I mean, that's 6R right there with a $100 risk. And what helps with that, this is the same 1620 call we were looking at yesterday. We were looking at the values of possibly buying around 9 and a stop down on 8, and that really did work today. So this is yesterday looking at the option, and it's just really cool to see that that same level was in play today. And then comes back down and doesn't quite come back down to 9, but it's around 10, and does end up having a small rally. Just a chopping rally, really. Really. And not so much conviction to the downside. Now, if you had been selling up here, that this is near all-time high, it should just come back down. If you were selling through here, let's go look at the puts. And the puts I had up yesterday were the 1620 put, where we saw this start to break down, and then it continued, tried to rally, and then broke down more. And when it was down here, just the choppiness of this and have the actual stock move down, it's feasible to buy down here around 220, something like that, with a stop down, maybe it. So if you did 220 by 170, get 2 contracts and then a rally up here, that's more than a 2-hour trade right there. So a little bit of movement to the bearish side that you could have made some money on the puts, especially had you waited for this pullback and turned it like a double top, and then the neckline here on the smaller one, and looking like you're going to lose, and then it ends up falling. And does not continue either. So really just to know where Amazon's at, what it's doing in terms of its movement. I think we've been tracking this pretty well and seeing the options. So looking for these bullish trades, looking for that to continue tomorrow. We will see if this sort of rally continues, or if there'll be any sort of pullback into 1600 down here or anywhere into these lines to say, okay, we're going to do a little bit of a long-term retest, come back into the 1610, 1605 range like it was here, and then see if it'll bounce from there and continue higher. So this is the daily. We've got the consolidation, double bottom. We're closing at new closing highs. We'll say it that way, since there is a previous high where we had taken that out. But this is the first time, we've closed up here now a few days in a row. We've got 6 bullish candles in a row. This could still continue, even though we have fired the bullish squeeze, or fired the squeeze, and it looks like it's going to stay bullish. All this is really saying is it could continue up, but it shouldn't necessarily crash down here. This is a good consolidation. And it's always possible that this ends up having some bearish momentum come in and it sells off a lot further. So it just suggests that there's some momentum building still, and it's looking to be, momentum is looking to play out on the chart. So that's the daily, the 5-minute, looking at the calls and looking at the puts, and we'll continue to look at stuff tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks. This is Justin AMZN.